So this is Porsche's newest Cayman model based on the 718 GT4 road car, which has yet to be released, which is why things were a little bit hush-hush during the Christmas holiday and why we were required to kind of keep phones and information under wraps. But this is their GT4 class car, which they build for customers, that is ready to go racing right out of the box. It used to, we used to have to spend 200, 300 hours getting cars ready for the track. This thing is ready to rock with probably a day's worth of work. Comes outfitted with a fuel cell, and the amount of gas that you can carry is dictated by the rules at IMSA. Comes with air jacks, adjustable shocks, pretty much every great bell and whistle that you want on a Porsche for road racing. And there will be 11 of these new cars at the Speedway this weekend to debut for the 2019 4-hour, I think it's called the BMW Endurance Challenge. I think BMW is sponsoring the race. But teams like ours have taken delivery of these cars, and they've been at home kind of rubbing on them, trying to make them go as fast as they can. And everyone will attempt to put their best foot forward in the race on Friday. Kind of working our way from nose to tail. As everyone knows, with Porsche, specifically the Cayman 911, the engine for this car is behind the driver. It's a mid-engine car.
So let me show the fine folks at home that.
Sure.
This is the front of the car.
We have an air jack system, which, when hooked up to 300 to 400 pounds of nitrogen, will raise the car in the air for doing pit stops. This is the carbon fiber fuel tank that's also in the GTLM and I think the GTD cars. Adjustable shocks. But and there's also a lot of carbon fiber on this car. There's carbon fiber here. There's carbon fiber here. Everything on this car is designed with the intention of being super lightweight. As you can see, the door is very lightweight. It's actually a new hemp-designed material, which has it's a little bit more it's a little bit better for the environment to create. It costs a little bit less to make, and it has the same rigidity as carbon fiber and the same lightweight nature as the carbon fiber does. This car has a cool box that ice goes into and will be used to suck air from the outside, run it through the ice system and blow it in the driver's helmet, as well as running ice water through a cool shirt for the driver, because all these new cars don't have windows or don't have any openings. Everything is sealed up, and when we first started racing them, the cockpit temps were 140 to 160 Fahrenheit on a hot day. So we have installed all of these cooling systems that the sanctioning body permits us to use. It is much more of the time and intention that was put into this car to make it more race-oriented is greater than the first car that they made, which we have several of in the shop. But this is Porsche's kind of second iteration of a purpose-built Cayman race car, and this car got a lot of love. It got a lot of upgraded electronics. The fit and finish is a lot better. It comes with all the required safety bits. The data system is more motorsport-oriented, and it's actually the data system that you would use in the bigger cars. And the intention is that you start with this car and evolve up into the higher classes.
Okay, and the scoop that's for the engine?
Yes, these cars have one inlet for the engine bay to suck air in from the outside and exhaust out the bottom, and then one inlet on the bottom to feed air to the engine. And that is because the mid-engine orientation makes it hard to get air out of the engine bay. Front engine cars have the ability to have fresh air hitting the nose and pushing it out, in through the grills and out through the bottom, whereas this car doesn't get fresh air hitting it other than this entry point.
Okay, now this is new too, isn't it?
Yes, this is IMSA's new leader light system, which all teams are required to run, and its goal is to allow the fans to be a little bit more plugged in, because in endurance racing, you drop somebody in the middle of an endurance race, it's hard to tell who's in what position, what class they're following. So there's been a bit more of a push to give some more information to the fans. Depending on what position you're in qualifying or practice or in the race, these LEDs will change. I think we're going to have about 35 cars in this race in our class and another 15 or so in the TCR class.
Wow.
Old wings sat here, and it was a little bit lower, whereas with this new wing design, it gets a little bit further out off the back of the car, and there have been a lot of aero improvements for this car. We were talking earlier, to be able to increase the downforce without increasing the drag on the car is a home run in motorsports, and Porsche did a really nice job being able to produce more downforce for this car, but also making it, slipperier than it was before. So between the wing and the diffuser on the back here, it really cleans up some of the turbulence that's created when the wing comes off the backside of a car. Porsche puts a lot of thought into things, more carbon fiber, and then they added this carbon fiber rear hatch with a Lexan window, which took another 30-ish pounds off the back of the car, which really helps to mitigate some of the tire degradation.